ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಳವಾಗಿ ನೋಡೋಣ.
ಹ್ಮ್
ಇದು ಹವಾಮಾನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಋತುಗಳು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ,
ಹೌದು.
ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ.
ಓ, ಹವಾಮಾನ. ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಹಾ,
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೂ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ.
ಹೌದು.
ಹ್ಮ್
ವೆದರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಂತ ಟೈಟಲ್.
ಹ್ಮ್
ಸುಮಾರು 30 ನಿಮಿಷದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಪಾಠ ಇದು.
ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಪೋಕನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ನ ಭಾಗ ಅಂದ್ರಿ.
7ನೇ ವಾರದ ಪಾಠವಂತೆ.
ಹ್ಮ್
ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಬಿಸಿಲು, ಮಳೆ, ಚಳಿ ಈ ತರದ ದಿನನಿತ್ಯದ ಹವಾಮಾನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ಇದ್ರ ಗುರಿ.
ಹೌದು, ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ವಿಷಯ. ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಇದರಿಂದ ಮಾತು ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ, ಅದರ ರಚನೆ, ಪರಿಣಾಮ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡೋಣ.
ಖಂಡಿತ. ಈ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ನ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತು. ಮೊದಲು ಶಬ್ದಕೋಶ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ವ್ಯಾಕರಣ.
ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬಳಸೋದು ಹೇಗೆ?
ಸರಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಭಾರತದ ಋತುಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸಿಗೆ, ಮಾನ್ಸೂನ್ ಹಾಗೆ.
ಹೌದು. ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆಗೆ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳೂ ಇವೆ. ತಮ್ಮ ಇಷ್ಟ ಕಷ್ಟ ಹೇಳೋದು.
ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಯಾವ ಹವಾಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ಬಟ್ಟೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ತಪ್ಪುಗಳ ತಿದ್ದುಪಡಿ, ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಹಂತ ಹಂತವಾಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದು. ಸನಿ, ರೇನಿ, ಕ್ಲೌಡಿ, ವಿಂಡಿ, ಕೋಲ್ಡ್, ಹಾಟ್ ಈ ತರಹದ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಪದಗಳನ್ನ ಪರಿಚಯಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಇದು ಒಳ್ಳೆದು.
ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸನಿ ಟುಡೇ ಅಥವಾ ದ ವೆದರ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಹಾಟ್. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸರಳ ವಾಕ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ.
ಇದರಿಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ?
ಖಂಡಿತ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅನಿಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಇಬ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಬಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯೋ ಒಂದು ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಇದೆ.
ಓ, ಆ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ. ಅದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಅಥವಾ ಹರಟೆ ಹೊಡೆಯೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ತೋರ್ಸಕ್ಕಿರ್ಬೇಕು.
ಹೌದು, ದೈನಂದಿನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ.
ಅದು ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆಗಳು ನಿಜ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅನಿರೀಕ್ಷಿತವಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ?
ಅದು ನಿಜ. ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅನ್ಸ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ.
ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವಿಷಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ತಪ್ಪುಗಳನ್ನ ಸರಿಪಡಿಸೋದು. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಟುಡೇ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸರಿ, ಟುಡೇ ರೈನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ತಪ್ಪು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಉಪಯುಕ್ತ. ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಭಾರತೀಯರು ಮಾಡುವ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ತಪ್ಪುಗಳನ್ನ ಗಮನದಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾರಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಇದು ಬರೀ ತಪ್ಪು ಸರಿ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ವಾಕ್ಯ ರಚನೆ, ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದರ ಮೂಲ ತತ್ವಗಳನ್ನ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಹಾಗೆ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಆರಂಭಿಕ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, ಇಷ್ಟಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳೋದು. ನನಗೆ ಚಳಿಗಾಲ ಇಷ್ಟ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇಸಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಬಿಸಿಲು.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ವಾಕ್ಯ ರಚನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಟಚ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಬರೀ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯಲ್ಲದೆ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಹೇಳೋದು.
ಹೌದು, ಭಾಷೆ ಜೀವಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಆಗ. ದೃಶ್ಯಗಳು, ರಿಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪುನರಾವರ್ತನೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಹವಾಮಾನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ 5 ಪೂರ್ತಿ ವಾಕ್ಯ ಹೇಳಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಥರ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ.
ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹ.
ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ 30 ನಿಮಿಷದ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಷಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶಬ್ದಕೋಶ, ವ್ಯಾಕರಣ, ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ, ತಪ್ಪುಗಳು, ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳು ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಲಿಸೋಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ?
ಇದು ಯೋಚಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾದ ವಿಷಯ. ತುಂಬಾ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವುದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಆಳವಾದ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಬರದೇ ಇರೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಬಹುಶಃ ಮೇಲ್ನೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಆಳ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೊಡೆ, ರೈನ್ ಕೋಟ್, ಸ್ವೆಟರ್ ಈ ತರಹ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳ ಶಬ್ದಕೋಶ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ದಿನನಿತ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಖಂಡಿತ ಬೇಕು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪದಗಳನ್ನ ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ಆ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಳಸೋಕೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ? ಅಥವಾ ಬರೀ ಒಂದು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ತರಹ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಅದು ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ನ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಂತಿದೆ.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಇದು ಭಾರತದ ಋತುಮಾನಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬೇಸಿಗೆ, ಮಾನ್ಸೂನ್, ಶರತ್ಕಾಲ, ಚಳಿಗಾಲ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದು,
ಇದು ಭಾರತೀಯರಿಗೆ ಸರಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶದವರಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರಹದ ಋತುಮಾನಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಲಿಯೋರಿಗೆ ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೀಮಿತ ಅನ್ಸ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು, ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಆರಂಭಿಕ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಲಿನ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಕಲಿಯೋದು ಸುಲಭವಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಾನೂ ನೇಳಬಹುದು.
ಅದು ನಿಜ. ಲೋಕಲ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ.
ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆಯಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ಹವಾಮಾನ ಮತ್ತು ಋತುಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಜ್ಞಾನ
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಟ್ಟಿದೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿದೆ. ಶಬ್ದಕೋಶ, ಸರಳ ವ್ಯಾಕರಣ, ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಮಾದರಿ, ತಪ್ಪುಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅರಿವು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ.
ಇದರ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ದೈನಂದಿನ ಮಾತುಕತೆಗೆ ಕಲಿಯೋರನ್ನ ಸಿದ್ಧ ಮಾಡೋದು.
ಅಂತಿಮವಾಗಿ ಈ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ನ ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆಯಿಂದ ನಮಗೇನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಭಾಷೆ ಕಲಿಯೋವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಅಥವಾ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಿತ ವಿಧಾನ ಇರೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅಂತೆ. ಹವಾಮಾನದಂತಹ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ಸಂಭಾಷಣಾ ಮಾದರಿಗಳು, ಬೇಕಾದ ಶಬ್ದಕೋಶ ಇದನ್ನ ಕಲಿಯೋದು ನಿರರ್ಗಳತೆಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬುನಾದಿ ಹಾಕುಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ.
ನಿಜ. ಬರೀ ಪದಗಳನ್ನ ನೆನ್ಪಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಇದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸಹಜವಾಗಿ ಸಂದರ್ಭಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕ ಹಾಗೆ ಬಳಸೋದು.
ಹೌದು, ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ನಿಂದ ಬರೋದು.
ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಭಾಷೆಯನ್ನ ಕಲಿಯುವಾಗ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಭಾಗಗಳಾಗಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜಬಲ್ ಚಂಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ವಿಂಗಡಿಸೋದು ಕಲಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇದು ಮುಂದಿನ ಹಂತದ ಕಲಿಕೆಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ದಾರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು?
नमस्कार। आज हमारे पास एक स्पोकन इंग्लिश कोर्स के वीडियो स्क्रिप्ट का एक हिस्सा और इसका टाइटल है मौसम और ऋतुओं पर बातचीत। तो इसका मकसद क्या है? ये है कि जो लोग सीख रहे हैं ना, वो रोज़मर्रा की अंग्रेजी में मतलब आम बोलचाल में मौसम का हाल बता सकें और ऋतुओं पर भी बात कर पाए। तो चलिए ज़रा इसमें गहरा उतरते हैं, देखते हैं कि ये स्क्रिप्ट इस आम से टॉपिक को कैसे इस्तेमाल करती है सिखाने के लिए। पहली नज़र में देखें तो स्क्रिप्ट काफ़ी सीधी सादी लगती है। इसमें मौसम के लिए जो बेसिक शब्द होते हैं वो हैं जैसे सनी, रेनी, कोल्ड, हॉट।
हाँ, बिल्कुल बेसिक वाले।
फिर एक सिंपल तरीका सिखाया है वाक्य बनाने का, इट इज का इस्तेमाल। और भारत की जो मुख्य ऋतुएं हैं, गर्मी, मानसून, शरद, सर्दी, उनका भी जिक्र है। यहाँ तक कि एक छोटी सी बातचीत का उदाहरण भी दिया है अनिल और प्रिया के बीच, जैसे बस स्टॉप पर।
अच्छा।
कि भाई द वेदर इज नाइस टुडे।
यस, इट्स कूल एंड क्लाउडी।
मतलब काफी बुनियादी सा लगता है ना?
हाँ, बुनियादी तो है, लेकिन इसमें मेरा मतलब है इसमें एक गहराई भी है। खास बात यह है कि ये सिर्फ मतलब शब्द रटाने पर जोर नहीं देता। जैसे आपने कहा इट इज वाला वाक्य बनाना सिखाना। अब ये अंग्रेजी में ना कोई मौजूदा स्थिति बताने का एक बहुत ही आम और काम का तरीका है।
अच्छा।
इसे सिर्फ मौसम के लिए ही नहीं, कई और जगहों पर भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। तो जो सीखने वाले हैं वो अनजाने में ही एक जरूरी ग्रामर पैटर्न सीख रहे हैं।
और ये जो भारत की ऋतुओं पर खास ध्यान दिया गया है, ये क्यों जरूरी लगता है? मतलब क्या ये बस लोकल कॉन्टेक्स्ट जोड़ने के लिए?
नहीं, ये उससे कहीं ज्यादा है। देखिए, ये कंटेंट को सीखने वाले के लिए एकदम रिलेटेबल और यूजफुल बनाता है
जी।
जब आप अपनी जानी पहचानी ऋतुओं के बारे में ही बात करना सीखते हैं तो वो भाषा एकदम से पराई नहीं लगती।
सही बात है।
और जो बातचीत का उदाहरण है अनिल और प्रिया वाला,
हाँ,
वो दिखाता है कि मौसम पर बात करना असल में दुनिया भर में छोटी मोटी बातचीत शुरू करने का कितना स्वाभाविक सा आसान सा तरीका ये।
हाँ, ये तो है, आइस ब्रेकर जैसा।
बिल्कुल, ये एक तरह से सोशल स्किल्स का पहला पार्ट है कि भाई बिना किसी भारी भरकम टॉपिक के बात कैसे शुरू करें।
ये तो दिलचस्प है कि कैसे एक इतना सिंपल सा टॉपिक सामाजिक कौशल सिखाने का जरिया बन रहा है। स्क्रिप्ट में आम गलतियों को सुधारने का भी जिक्र है, जैसे वो टुडे रेन इज कमिंग की जगह इट इज रेनिंग टुडे कहना। इस खास गलती पर ध्यान देना क्यों जरूरी समझा होगा इन्होंने?
देखिए, ये भाषा सीखने की प्रक्रिया का एक बहुत अहम हिस्सा है। अक्सर क्या होता है, लोग अपनी जो मातृभाषा है उसके व्याकरण के हिसाब से अंग्रेजी बोलने की कोशिश करते हैं।
हाँ, वो ट्रांसलेशन वाली दिक्कत।
हाँ, बिल्कुल, उसी से ऐसी गलतियां होती हैं। तो स्क्रिप्ट बनाने वालों ने शायद ये पहचाना होगा कि ये एक आम समस्या है, खासकर जो शुरू में सीख रहे हैं उनके लिए। तो इसे शुरू में ही ठीक कर देने से वो आदत पक्की नहीं होती बाद में।
सही है।
और साथ ही इसमें जैसे छाता या स्वेटर जैसे मौसम से जुड़े कपड़ों के शब्द हैं।
हाँ, वो भी थे।
और आई लाइक विंटर जैसे अपनी पसंद बताने के तरीके शामिल करना, ये सब इसे और भी प्रैक्टिकल बनाता है।
ये दिखाता है कि भाषा सिर्फ नियम नहीं है, बल्कि रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी का हिस्सा है।
हाँ, ये बात तो साफ दिख रही है। हाँ, मतलब पूरा जोर इस बात पर है कि सिर्फ शब्द या नियम याद न करें, बल्कि उनको असल जिंदगी की छोटी छोटी बातों में इस्तेमाल करने का कॉन्फिडेंस आए।
स्रोत में अभ्यास और दोहराव पर जोर देने की बात भी कही गई है।
हाँ, बिल्कुल।
लगता है वो चाहते हैं कि ये ज्ञान सिर्फ दिमाग में न रहे, जुबान पर आए।
बिल्कुल सही। और अगर हम इसे भाषा सीखने के मतलब बड़े नजरिए से देखें तो ये स्क्रिप्ट इस बात का एक बढ़िया उदाहरण है कि प्रैक्टिकल इस्तेमाल कितना जरूरी है, खासकर शुरुआत में। मुश्किल ग्रामर या भारी भरकम शब्द सीखने से पहले अगर कोई मौसम जैसी सिंपल चीज पर 2-4 वाक्य सही से बोल लेता है ना,
हाँ, तो हौसला बढ़ता है।
हाँ, उसका हौसला बढ़ता है। ये दिखाता है कि कैसे एक आम से टॉपिक को बेस बनाकर भाषा के कई पहलू, वोकैबुलरी, ग्रामर, उच्चारण और यहाँ तक कि सोशल बातचीत सब प्रभावी ढंग से सिखाए जा सकते हैं।
तो इस सारी चर्चा से हम क्या टेक अवे ले सकते हैं? शायद यही कि भाषा सीखने की शुरुआत अक्सर ऐसी ही सरल रोजमर्रा की चीजों से होती है। ये स्क्रिप्ट हमें याद दिलाती है कि बुनियादी बातचीत में महारत हासिल करना वो आगे के सफर के लिए एक मजबूत नींव रखता है।
बिल्कुल।
तो शायद अगली बार जब मौसम बदले तो हम सब कोशिश कर सकते हैं अंग्रेजी में उसके बारे में सोचने की, इन्हीं आसान वाक्यों का इस्तेमाल करके।
हाँ, ये अच्छा पॉइंट है।
ये सोचने लायक बात है कि कैसे ये छोटी छोटी अभिव्यक्तियां ही हमें एक नई भाषा में थोड़ा सा घर जैसा महसूस करा सकते हैं।
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're embarking on an exploration of something so familiar, so seemingly everyday that we often overlook its profound impact. I'm talking about the weather and the changing seasons.
Right.
Now you might think, weather, is that really a deep dive topic? Isn't it just small talk?
And yeah, that's a fair question. It absolutely is small talk, often the default icebreaker.
Exactly. But as we're about to discover, the way we talk about weather is this fascinating window into language itself, into cultural rhythms, and, into the fundamental ways we connect.
That's precisely our mission for this deep dive.
Yeah.
We're going to be sifting through a really comprehensive guide we found on talking about weather and seasons. It's quite a rich source of insights.
Okay.
And our goal isn't just to list vocabulary words. It's to uncover those essential nuggets of knowledge that show how these terms actually work in real conversations.
Function.
Yeah, there are subtle cultural implications, the underlying linguistic patterns.
Yeah.
All the stuff that makes weather talk so indispensable, really, to daily communication. It's about understanding the surprising power hidden in what seems simple.
I find that incredibly compelling because you're right. We often rush past these everyday interactions without really appreciating their depth.
We do.
So what we promise you today is a journey that takes what might seem complex and makes it genuinely engaging. We'll guide you through the core vocabulary, shed light on some crucial grammatical nuances, share some pretty eye-opening cultural insights, all straight from our source material.
And hopefully by the end of this exploration, you won't just be able to talk about the weather. You'll feel, truly well-informed about its many facets.
Right. Its role in our lives, from moods to, even how it shapes our cities, maybe.
Exactly.
All right, let's jump right in then. Let's unpack a really fundamental question. Why? Why is weather such an incredibly common topic?
Yeah. Why is that?
It's almost a global default for breaking the ice, isn't it? I mean, sometimes it can feel a bit mundane, maybe even slightly boring.
It can.
Yet its power as a conversation starter is just undeniable. Think about your own experiences, You're waiting in line for coffee, or maybe in a doctor's office.
Or an elevator. That's a classic.
Totally. An elevator with someone you don't know well. What's one of the first things that often comes out? Quite a downpour out there, isn't it? Or beautiful day.
Right. It's almost automatic.
And our main source for this deep dive actually confirms this explicitly. It says, and I quote, "Weather is one of the best ways to start a conversation in English."
Which immediately makes you ask, okay, why is that? Why does something so external, so seemingly impersonal as the sky above us hold such sway in how we interact?
Good question.
Well, first off, it's universally experienced. That's huge. Every single person, doesn't matter what their background is, their job, their hobbies, we're all affected by the weather. We all share the same sky, the same rain, the same sun, or, that same biting wind. This creates an immediate, inherent common ground.
Right. You don't need any prior knowledge of the person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't need to know their politics, their favorite band, their deepest fears. None of that. You can just comment on whether it's sunny or cloudy. It totally bypasses all those potential conversational landmines.
That's such a powerful point. It's the ultimate low-stakes topic, isn't it?
Absolutely. Low risk.
There's almost zero risk of causing offense when you say, "Looks like it might clean up later, don't you think?" You're not wading into politics or religion.
Or asking nosy personal questions.
Precisely. It provides this kind of psychological safety. I remember once I was at this conference, feeling a bit awkward standing there, and the person next to me just turned and said, "Can you believe this humidity?" And suddenly, boom, we were chatting away about how our clothes were wrinkling.
Huh. Yeah, it works.
And it's immediate, too. The weather is happening right now in our shared reality in that moment. It's influencing the air outside, maybe even the temperature in the room.
That immediacy gives you a ready-made current topic. It takes very little effort to initiate, which makes it perfect for those first tentative social steps.
Yeah, those little feelers you put out.
Precisely. And what's truly fascinating, I think, is how something so universally observable, so external, allows for this really effortless and sometimes quite personal connection.
How so?
Well, that shared reality, that common frame of reference, makes it the perfect neutral territory for that initial social contact. It's like a conversational warm-up act.
Testing the waters.
Exactly. Gently testing the waters, establishing a bit of rapport before you dive into anything more substantial. You're acknowledging a mutual experience. And in doing that, you're opening a channel for human connection without any real pressure.
And it allows for politeness, too, right? Like someone shivers and you say,
Ooh, it's quite chilly today, isn't it?
yeah.
Simple empathy. It lays the groundwork for deeper interaction without ever needing those direct, maybe awkward, personal questions.
Yeah. The ease of it, as our source says, makes weather talk very useful in daily life. It's just practical.
It really is.
And to really illustrate this, our source gives us this delightful little dialogue. It's a perfect snapshot of an everyday interaction, between two people, Anil and Priya, at a bus stop.
Okay.
It's simple, but it's actually packed with social dynamics. Let's just picture them, maybe waiting for their ride. Sun might be coming up.
Right.
Anil says, "Good morning, Priya."
Standard greeting.
Priya replies, "Good morning. The weather is nice today."
Ah, there it is. The weather comment.
Anil agrees. "Yes, it's cool and cloudy."
Getting more specific. Shared observation.
Priya then offers a prediction. "I think it might rain."
Okay, moving towards the future, still weather-focused.
And this triggers a response from Anil. "Oh, I forgot my umbrella."
A relatable mini problem.
Exactly. Which leads Priya to say, "Don't worry, you can share mine."
Ah, the offer of help. Connection forming.
Right. And Anil says, "Thank you. Do you like the rainy season?"
Moving towards personal preference now.
And Priya shares something a bit deeper. "Yes, I love the smell of rain."
Lovely. From nice weather to the smell of rain in just a few lines.
Now, if we just break that down for a second, you can see how this seemingly effortless exchange is small talk at its best, it's most effective, and the weather is the clear catalyst.
Absolutely. It flows so naturally.
It transitions so smoothly. From that simple greeting to a general observation, nice today, then specific details, cool and cloudy, then to a prediction, might rain, which, crucially, leads to that mini-narrative, the relatable problem Anil's forgotten umbrella.
And that problem becomes the bridge. It allows for the offer of help. You can share mine, which is a moment of real connection, however small.
Exactly. And notice how that connection deepens almost immediately. The shared experience of potential rain then naturally flows into a more personal question. Do you like the rainy season?
Which then gets a more personal, almost emotional response. Yes, I love the smell of rain. It's quite revealing, isn't it?
Totally. This whole sequence, kicked off by just mentioning the weather, shows how it quickly builds a bridge, creates a little story, fosters genuine human connection.
It finds that shared thread, that universal experience, and lets it weave a path towards rapport. It's an incredibly effective social lubricant.
Lubricant, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It enables politeness, fosters empathy, lays the groundwork for maybe deeper interactions later, all without being intrusive. It's a fundamental skill, really, for navigating social life.
Yeah.
It shows you're aware of the shared environment and willing to engage.
Okay, so if weather is truly our go-to conversation starter, this incredibly powerful, low-stakes tool for social connection, what are the actual linguistic tools we need? How do we describe it effectively?
Right, the nuts and bolts.
How do we put words to what we're seeing outside or just feeling in the air? Our source material provides a core vocabulary, a set of key adjectives. These are the absolute bedrock of weather descriptions.
And they're not just labels, are they? They evoke specific feelings, specific senses.
Exactly. Let's delve into them. We've got sunny. Doesn't just mean the sun's out. It implies warmth, brightness, clear skies. Yeah. Often makes you feel optimistic, right? Or want to go outside.
Summer holidays, beaches.
Then rainy signals wetness, gray skies, maybe needing shelter, maybe feeling cozy indoors.
Or maybe slightly gloomy, depending on your perspective.
True. Cloudy suggests an overcast sky, maybe duller light, a bit subdued perhaps.
Yeah, less intense than sunny or rainy.
Windy makes you think of movement, maybe a chill rustling leaves, maybe even a whistling sound.
Or power, if it's really blowing.
Good point. Stormy implies something much more dramatic. Strong winds, heavy rain, maybe thunder, lightning, raw atmospheric power, turbulence.
Definitely a stronger word. Sense of danger, perhaps.
Foggy wraps everything in that thick mist, cuts visibility, often feels damp, quiet, maybe a bit mysterious.
Creates a very specific atmosphere.
And then the temperature words, cold, hot, warm, and cool, basic but essential.
But even within those, there are nuances, aren't there? Our source might not list them all, but we know them. Like muggy.
Oh yeah, muggy, that horrible sticky heat. Heat plus humidity.
Or chilly, not quite cold, but definitely a nip in the air.
Or brisk, often used with wind, suggests it's cool but maybe invigorating.
Exactly. These nuances are crucial. These words carry significant connotations. They evoke specific sensory experiences and feelings that resonate deeply.
Like you said, sunny might make you think of holidays.
While stormy doesn't just describe weather, it can describe a mood or a difficult time, like a stormy relationship.
That's a great point. Weather metaphors are everywhere in English. Under the weather for feeling ill.
Take a rain check for postponing something.
Every cloud has a silver lining.
It's deeply embedded in the language because these conditions affect us so viscerally, so directly. Choosing the right adjective paints a vivid picture, triggers memories, associations.
It makes the description much richer than just stating a fact.
Absolutely. Understanding these layers lets us not just describe, but really convey the experience of the weather and even tap into that metaphorical power.
Now, when it comes to actually using these adjectives in a sentence, there's this fundamental grammatical structure that our source really highlights, and it's pretty much universal when talking about weather in English.
Okay, what's the core structure?
It's the simple singular power of it is. Our material points to this as the absolute core concept. You almost always use it is plus an adjective. Think about the examples directly from our source. It is hot. It is cold today. It is raining now. Even the sky is cloudy fits a similar pattern, though it uses sky. But the default is it is.
It's incredibly simple, but fundamental.
And we can build on that, right? We don't just say it is raining if it's really coming down.
You'd say it's pouring, or if it's just light rain.
It's drizzling, or maybe it's spitting.
And for predictions, it looks like it's going to rain, or it might clear up later.
They all build on that basic it is or it looks like it is foundation.
And that's where the deeper linguistic insight comes in, I think. The it in it is hot. What does it actually refer to?
Good question. Not a specific thing, just the general situation, the atmosphere.
Exactly. It's what linguists call an impersonal subject. It refers to the general state of the atmosphere, weather, as this pervasive, unattributed condition.
Unlike some languages where maybe the verb itself implies it, or they personify the weather.
Precisely. English defaults to this impersonal it. And this subtle rule makes weather descriptions universally understandable and grammatically standard within English.
It's just the way it's done.
It's the standard, accepted way to frame these observations. It makes communication really clear, really efficient. And think about the tenses, too.
Right. It is raining now, present continuous, happening right now.
It rains a lot in July. Simple present, habitual action, a general truth.
It has been raining all morning. Present, perfect, continuous, duration, started in the past and still going.
All these variations show how this core structure adapts to convey nuances of time and duration. It's a testament to how English handles these fundamental shared experiences in a very straightforward way.
It's like part of the invisible scaffolding of the language, isn't it? You don't notice it until you try to build something without it.
Well put.
And as a kind of conversational bonus, our source points out the common question that often comes before these it is statements.
The setup question.
Yeah. What's the weather like today? And the answer, almost invariably, uses that same construction we've been talking about.
It's sunny and warm.
Or it's bitterly cold.
Yeah.
Or it's surprisingly mild today.
It just reinforces how ingrained, how fundamental that it is structure is for talking about weather in English. It's the template your brain automatically reaches for.
Whether you're talking temperature or what the sky looks like. Okay, now let's shift gears a bit. Let's zoom out from the daily fleeting weather observations to the grander annual cycles, the seasons.
The bigger picture.
Exactly. And here's where our source material offers a really unique perspective because it specifically details the seasons in India.
That's interesting because seasons vary so much globally.
Hugely. Many of us, maybe in more temperate zones, think of 4 distinct seasons: spring, summer, autumn, winter maybe shifting kind of gradually.
Right, the standard 4.
But the rhythms in a tropical or subtropical place like India often tell a very different, sometimes much more dramatic story.
Yeah.
A story that really shapes every single aspect of life.
Okay, so what does the source say about India's seasons?
It breaks down India's annual rhythm into 4 main seasons, each with its own really distinct character, deeply influencing daily life, farming, culture, everything. First up, there's summer, typically March through June. And as the source notes, this time is characterized by being very hot in many cities. We're talking soaring temperatures.
Intense heat.
Yeah, imagine that relentless sun, the dry heat shimmering off the roads, everyone looking for shade, for relief. Life actually shifts to accommodate it.
Midday siestas, maybe. Working earlier or later.
Exactly. And things like cooling drinks, lassi, Tyndall coconut water become absolutely essential. But it also brings challenges like heat stroke or water scarcity in some areas.
Serious concerns.
Then, following summer, from about June to September, comes the monsoon. The source says it brings heavy rain, but honestly, that description barely scratches the surface.
It's much more significant than just rain, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. For vast parts of India, the monsoon is the lifeblood. It signals the end of that oppressive summer heat, brings desperately needed relief to parched land.
And it's crucial for agriculture, right?
Right.
Especially rice.
Critically important. The entire mood of the country shifts. First, there's that desperate anticipation, watching the clouds gather, then the collective sigh of relief when the first drops fall.
But also challenges, I imagine. Flooding, transport issues.
Definitely. Roads can flood, transport gets disrupted, sometimes waterborne diseases become a concern. But it's also a time of incredible rejuvenation. Everything turns lush green.
And that smell. People talk about the smell of the earth after the first rain.
Exactly. That rich, earthy scent, petrichor, so many people cherish it. There are folk songs, classical ragas, all dedicated to the monsoon. It's deeply cultural.
Okay, what comes after the monsoon?
Next is autumn, or sometimes called the post-monsoon period. That's roughly October to November. It's a key transition time.
Things calming down.
Yeah, the intense rains start to recede, the air might feel a little crisper, the humidity often drops, the skies clear up, but the landscape is still beautifully green from the rains.
Sounds pleasant.
It really is. And this clear, pleasant weather often coincides with major festival seasons, like Diwali, the Festival of Lights. It's celebrated with huge fervor, signifying light over darkness, good over evil, all under these increasingly comfortable skies.
And the final season.
And finally, from December to February, we get winter. Our source simply calls it the cool season.
It's just cool. Well, for many, especially in northern India, cool can mean properly chilly. Temperatures can drop significantly, sometimes even near freezing in some spots.
So a real contrast to the summer heat.
Definitely. Compared to the extremes of summer and monsoon, winter is often seen as a refreshing break. It's time for warm clothes, lots of hot chai,
More outdoor activities, maybe?
travel.
Often, yeah, because the climate is so comfortable. Winter mornings can get foggy in some regions too, which creates its own kind of beauty.
You know, this breakdown of Indian seasons really highlights something important. It shows how geography and climate directly shape culture, personal identity, even societal structure.
In what way?
Well, these distinct seasons, especially the all-encompassing nature of the monsoon you described, they dictate daily life, farming cycles, festival dates, traditional foods, even architecture.
Like homes built for shade in summer or with sloped roofs for rain?
Exactly. It's far more profound, perhaps, than the more gradual seasonal shifts in temperate zones. The monsoon isn't just weather. It literally dictates planting and harvesting, which influences festival timing
It's all interconnected.
deeply. And our preferences for certain seasons often reflect these deep connections to our environment, our childhood memories, the activities we enjoy, our daily routines, our work. It's a powerful reminder of how intertwined human life is with the natural world.
And that connection flows perfectly into how people relate to seasons on a much more personal level, doesn't it?
It's not just objective description.
Right. It's not just about what the weather is, but how it makes us feel, what it lets us do or stops us from doing. Our source gives some great little phrases that capture this personal relationship perfectly.
Like what?
Like, I like winter because it's cool. That's not just a fact. It's expressing comfort, preference. For that person, the coolness probably brings ease. Maybe they enjoy walks more or cozy evenings.
Makes sense.
Or the opposite. I don't like summer. It's too hot. Here, the intensity crosses a line into discomfort, aversion. Maybe it ruins their sleep, makes work unbearable.
Or impacts their health even.
Could be. And then there's my favorite season is monsoon. That feels like a really personal declaration, doesn't it?
It does. Why might someone say that?
Maybe linked to that huge relief after the scorching summer, or that unique smell of the first rain we talked about.
Or maybe they just enjoy indoor activities, reading, hot snacks, tea during the downpours.
Could be any of those. These phrases really show how our individual experiences, our physical comfort, our personal leanings, maybe even childhood memories, dictate our seasonal preferences.
It's subjective.
Totally. You might love summer because, as the source mentions, I enjoy going to the beach in summer. You love swimming, sunshine.
Well, for someone else, that same summer is just miserable because they hate the heat or prefer staying indoors.
Exactly. So talking about seasons goes way beyond just meteorology. It's about sharing our personal relationship with the natural world, how it impacts our lifestyle, our moods, our memories.
It's another powerful way to connect and find common ground, just like talking about daily weather, but maybe on a deeper, more personal level.
Okay, so we've covered describing weather and seasons, understanding their social role, even how we feel about them personally. But what about the practical side? Living with it all.
Day-to-day survival, almost.
Kind of. Our sources give us some really useful insights into the practicalities specifically, how we prepare for the elements, how we navigate their daily impact.
Right, where understanding meets action.
Precisely. It affects what we wear, how we manage our homes, everything. Our guide details essential clothing and accessories, linking them straight to specific weather conditions. It's like a practical vocabulary for staying comfortable and ready.
Makes sense. Like,
Well, obviously, an umbrella or a raincoat when it rains protects you from getting soaked. In heavy monsoon, maybe waterproof shoes or sandals become essential for puddles and mud.
good point.
Then, when the cooler seasons arrive or proper winter sets in, you layer up. A sweater, a jacket, maybe a warm shawl to stay cozy.
Standard winter gear.
Conversely, blazing summer sun. Sunglasses are crucial for glare, maybe a wide-brimmed hat for shade.
Protect yourself from the sun.
And indoors. Intense summer heat might mean relying heavily on an electric fan or maybe air conditioning all day long.
Whereas when it gets really cold.
A warm blanket or maybe a heater becomes your best friend. And in some places, maybe after dry spells or during certain seasons, you might even think about things like air purifiers for dust or pollution.
So it's a very tangible connection.
Absolutely. This section really underscores how our understanding of weather isn't just theory. It translates into concrete actions impacting our comfort, health, daily routines.
It's a clear illustration of how we constantly engage with and adapt to our environment. The clothes we pick, the accessories we carry, the gadgets we use at home, all direct practical responses.
Often without even thinking about it consciously.
Right. And these adaptations can also hint at cultural norms, like the sheer number of umbrellas you see in monsoon areas is a testament to collective adaptation.
Now, this next part is really insightful, especially for anyone trying to master the nuances of English communication about weather.
Okay.
Our source material highlights some common mistakes learners often make, but instead of just seeing them as errors,
We should see them as learning opportunities.
exactly, as valuable insights into the precision, the structure, the underlying logic of how English talks about weather. Understanding why these are mistakes helps us grasp how English conceptualizes these things.
Okay, let's hear them.
First one, a very common pitfall. The incorrect phrasing you often hear is, today rain is coming. Or sometimes just rain is here.
I've heard that.
It sort of implies rain is an active agent, like a person arriving or a physical thing that can be here.
Right, it personifies it a bit.
Yeah. The correct way, as our guide clarifies, is it is raining today. Or maybe it's going to rain.
Back to that impersonal it.
Exactly. The key is the impersonal it combined with the verb is raining or is going to rain. It correctly describes an ongoing atmospheric action or a prediction, not an animate entity arriving. It captures the dynamic nature of weather properly.
Not a thing coming, but a process happening. Got it.
Second common mistake, saying weather is to heat.
Ah, noun versus adjective confusion.
Precisely. It might seem logical because there is heat, right? But it's grammatically incorrect in English. Heat is the noun, the quality or state, the energy itself. You'd say the heat was unbearable.
So the correct way is
The weather is very hot, or it is very hot. Here, hot is the adjective describing the attribute of the weather.
the weather has heat, but it is hot.
Exactly that. It highlights that crucial distinction between nouns and adjectives. Using the right part of speech makes the meaning precise.
And presumably the same for wind or cloud. You wouldn't say weather is too wind.
Right. You'd say the weather is too windy, or it is too windy, not too cloud, but too cloudy. It's about clarity, avoiding ambiguity. And the third common pitfall mentioned, cold, is there.
Similar to the rain one, maybe. Treating it like an object.
Exactly. It suggests cold is a tangible thing located somewhere, like you could point to it. Look, cold is over there.
Which sounds odd.
It does. Our source corrects this to, again, it is cold.
The impersonal it rides again.
It really does. It reinforces that you're not saying cold exists somewhere as a discrete object. You're stating the general atmospheric condition is cold. It's a pervasive state, not a localized thing.
That distinction is subtle, but fundamental to how English frames it. You know, what's really fascinating here is that these mistakes aren't just about abstract grammar rules. They're like little windows into how we conceptualize and categorize the natural world through language.
How so?
They show that different languages might have different underlying structures for something as universal as weather. Maybe some languages do personify rain or use weather verbs without any subject.
But English doesn't, typically.
Right. Understanding why these are errors in English helps us grasp its specific logic. English consistently uses that impersonal subject it for atmospheric states. It focuses on the state itself, rather than treating the weather like an actor or an object.
That's a really deep insight.
It helps you understand the language's construction, how it reflects a certain way of viewing natural processes. And it's a key step, I think, in truly thinking in English, when you're expressing these everyday observations confidently and precisely.
Okay, so pulling all this together, what does this deep dive into weather wisdom mean for you, the listener?
Yeah, the practical takeaway.
It means you're now equipped not just to describe the weather, but to really engage with it in conversation, using the right words, the right grammar.
And understanding the social and cultural weight behind it all.
Exactly. You're not just stringing words together, you're participating in that shared human experience, building connection, building rapport. And our source material is great because it doesn't just give info. It provides excellent prompts for speaking practice, which is absolutely vital for making this knowledge stick.
Turning passive understanding into active communication.
Right. Imagine someone asking you to complete sentences like these, really pushing you to use what we've discussed.
Okay, like.
It is today. And you could confidently fill in sunny or cloudy or windy or maybe something more nuanced like muggy or brisk, maybe adding very or surprisingly.
Using your actual surroundings.
Yes. Or I like the season, maybe winter because it's cool, or monsoon for the relief, or autumn for the clear skies. Personalizing it.
Connecting it to your feelings.
I carry an umbrella, Wanaki. And the natural, precise answer is?
It rains, or it's pouring, using that it structure.
Exactly. It rains a lot in classes. Fill in your city, maybe Mumbai, or month, like July.
Making it specific to your experience.
The weather is in December, likely cool or cold in many parts of India, as the source said, or maybe rainy elsewhere, applying the seasonal knowledge. And then for a real challenge, the guide suggests this. Speak 5 full sentences about today's weather.
Putting it all together.
Yeah. It's not just an exercise, it's a real measure of understanding and confident application. Can you describe the temperature, the sky, rain or no rain, maybe the wind, maybe how it makes you feel, all in natural, correct English?
That's the practical goal, really. Can you synthesize it?
And to help check your understanding, the source also throws in some great self-assessment questions. A quick quiz to see if this deep dive has sunk in.
Like a quick knowledge check.
Yep. Things like, what do you say when it is raining? What season is it now in India? Which clothes do you wear in winter? What is your favorite weather? How do you feel on a hot day?
Simple questions, but they test the core concepts. You know, if we connect this back to the bigger picture, the ability to articulate these seemingly simple everyday observations fluently. It's actually a really powerful social tool. It goes way beyond just talking about the sky.
What do you mean?
It's not just about the words themselves. It's about confidently participating in that shared human experience of living with the elements. It's about being able to comfortably initiate connection.
Break the ice.
Show empathy. Navigate social situations with ease and confidence. This kind of practical fluency, it opens doors, it builds bridges in daily interactions. It makes you a more effective communicator, a more engaged member of, well, any community.
It's foundational.
It really is. It serves as a springboard for more complex discussions. Once you've established that easy common ground with the weather, pretty much any topic can follow more smoothly.
And there you have it, our full deep dive into the surprisingly fascinating layered world of weather wisdom.
Quite a journey from just small talk.
Totally. We've covered that essential weather vocabulary, explored the unique patterns of seasons, especially through that vibrant lens of India. We really honed in on that fundamental it is grammatical structure that underpins almost all English weather descriptions.
Crucial point.
We unpacked the vital role of weather in everyday small talk and social connection, learned practical vocabulary for dressing right.
And hopefully gained some deep insights from understanding those common linguistic pitfalls, turning mistakes into learning moments.
Yeah, illuminating the very structure of how we talk about our world.
Building on that idea that weather is one of the best ways to start a conversation, maybe a final thought to consider is this. Truly observing and understanding the weather around you, even in its simplest terms. It can deepen your connection not just to other people, but maybe to the natural world itself.
Interesting. How so?
It encourages a heightened sense of awareness of your environment, noticing the shifting light, the subtle changes in temperature, that unique smell of rain after it's been dry, the feel of the wind.
Being more present with it all.
Exactly. This simple act of just paying attention, of being truly present with the elements, it can bring a richer, more grounded experience to your daily life. It can make every day an opportunity for these little aha moments, even in the most familiar things.
That's a really beautiful way to think about it. So, as you go about your day, we really encourage you, our listeners, to carry this new knowledge into your daily lives.
Put it into practice.
Yeah. Maybe pay a little closer attention to the next weather forecast you hear. Notice how others around you talk about the weather. And then find your own new aha moments in the everyday.
Learning is always a continuous journey.
It absolutely is. And even a seemingly simple topic like the weather clearly has endless depths to explore. Until next time, keep observing, keep connecting, and keep speaking.